There comes a moment in life when you look at yourself in the mirror and realize you are not living the life you once imagined. You are moving through days, weeks, and years, but something inside you whispers that this is not what you were meant for. You know it. Deep down you feel it, because long ago you promised yourself something greater. You promised yourself a life filled with purpose. You promised yourself a future where you could wake up with passion in your chest instead of emptiness in your stomach. You promised yourself a version of life where you were not simply existing, but truly living. And somewhere along the way, that promise was buried under responsibility, under fear, under the voices of people who told you to stay in your lane and play it safe. But the truth is this: that promise has never died. It is still alive inside of you. It is still waiting to be claimed. It still calls you when you are alone, when you are quiet, when the world is not drowning it out, and you can keep ignoring it, or you can make the decision today that you are ready to fight for it. The life you promised yourself is not a fantasy. It is not some unreachable dream. It is your potential calling you. It is your future self waiting for you to finally rise up and take action. And the longer you delay, the more you suffer, because nothing hurts more than knowing who you could have been and choosing not to become it. You have already seen what comfort does. You have already tasted what settling feels like. And you know it does not satisfy. It leaves you restless. It leaves you questioning. It leaves you staring at the ceiling at night, wondering if this is all there is. But you also know in your heart that there is more. There is always more. The question is not whether you are capable. The question is whether you are willing to face the discomfort, willing to walk in uncertainty, willing to do the work day after day, even when nobody is watching, willing to let go of excuses that have kept you chained. Excuses are easy. Excuses give you a reason to quit before you even begin. Excuses tell you that it is too late, that you are not talented enough, that others have already gone too far ahead. But excuses are lies. The only truth is this: every single day you wake up, you are given another chance to start again. Another chance to step toward the life you once promised yourself. Imagine what would happen if today you decided to stop waiting for the perfect moment. Imagine if today you decided that your time is now, not tomorrow, not next year, not when things feel convenient. Now, because life will never give you the perfect circumstances. Life will always present challenges, distractions, and doubts. But life also rewards the brave, the disciplined, the relentless. Think about the version of yourself you dreamed about when you were younger. The person who was fearless, the person who was ambitious, the person who believed that anything was possible. That person is still inside you. They are not gone. They are just buried under the weight of disappointment and delay. But they are waiting for you to call them back to life. You must be willing to disrupt the cycle. You must be willing to say no more. No more waiting. No more settling. No more half-hearted attempts. You must be willing to step into the unknown and chase what is truly yours. The life you promised yourself is not going to be easy. It will demand sacrifice. It will test your patience. It will require discipline when your body screams for comfort, and persistence when your mind tries to convince you to give up. But that is exactly why it is worth it, because only through the struggle do you create strength. Only through the battle do you become unshakable. And when you finally reach it, when you finally wake up one day and realize you are living the life you once only imagined, you will look back and be grateful for every ounce of pain, for every challenge, for every lonely night when you kept pushing. Because all of it will have shaped you into the person you were always meant to become. This is the moment. This is your life. The promise you once made to yourself is waiting. The only question left is whether you will rise and claim it. There will always be voices around you telling you to slow down, to play small, to accept life as it is. Those voices might come from friends, from family, from society itself. They will tell you that dreaming too big is dangerous, that wanting more is selfish, that chasing something greater is unrealistic. But you need to understand something. those voices are not your truth. They are the echoes of fear from people who never had the courage to pursue their own promises. And if you listen to them, you will inherit their regrets. Do not let the fear of others shape your destiny. The life you promised yourself is not supposed to be understood by everyone. It is not supposed to be comfortable for everyone. It is not their promise. It is yours. And only you can decide if you will live it or bury it. There is a reason you feel that pull inside of you. There is a reason you keep imagining something bigger, something brighter, something more alive. That is not a coincidence. That is the voice of your potential calling out, begging you not to abandon it. And if you want to honor that voice, you must be willing to make difficult choices. Sacrifice is the price of the life you promised yourself. You will have to sacrifice comfort. You will have to sacrifice laziness. You will have to sacrifice the approval of people who want you to remain ordinary. You will have to let go of bad habits, of wasted hours, of negative environments. And while it may hurt in the short term, nothing is more painful than carrying the weight of an unfulfilled life. You were not born to blend into the background. You were not born to live on repeat. You were born to grow, to expand, to create, to impact. Every single person who has ever changed their world made the same decision. They chose to stop waiting. They chose to stop listening to doubt. They chose to step into the fire and let it shape them. And you have the same ability. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. If you continue doing what you are doing today, where will you be? Will you still be stuck in the same patterns, speaking about the same dreams without ever chasing them? Or will you be living them, breathing them, waking up every morning in the reality you once thought was impossible? That future is being built today. Every decision you make is either moving you closer to the life you promised yourself or further away from it. People say life is short, but in truth, life is also long enough to waste. Decades can slip away if you do not wake up. Do not let 10 years pass only to realize you are still standing in the same place. Do not wait until the end to look back with regret, whispering that you could have done more. You can do more. You can be more, but you have to claim it now. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Discipline is not about punishment. It is about respect. Respecting yourself enough to show up, to put in the work, to hold yourself accountable, even when it is difficult. Discipline is love for the future version of you. Every time you push past comfort, every time you stay consistent, every time you refuse to quit, you are building that future brick by brick. Success is not luck. Success is not magic. Success is simply the result of relentless action repeated over time. And if you are willing to give that, then nothing can stop you. Obstacles will appear, setbacks will try to break you, failures will test your faith. But all of that is part of the journey. Do not run from it. Do not hide from it. Embrace it. Because every challenge you conquer adds weight to your character and strength to your spirit. When you step into the life you promised yourself, you will inspire others to do the same. People will see the fire in your eyes, the energy in your steps, and they will know it is possible for them too. Your courage will awaken courage in others. Your discipline will awaken discipline in others. Your victory will give permission for others to believe in their own. That is the ripple effect of living your promise. This is not just about you. It is about the impact you will leave behind. It is about the legacy you will create. It is about proving to yourself and to the world that you did not come here just to survive. You came here to live fully, to burn brightly, to leave a mark. The life you promised yourself is waiting. Every sunrise is a reminder that you have another chance to claim it. The only question is, will you? One day, all of us will run out of tomorrows. One day, the clock will stop. And when that day comes, you will not care about the opinions that held you back. You will not care about the comfort that kept you weak. You will not care about the excuses that stole your years. On that final day, you will only care about one thing. Did you live the life you promised yourself, or did you bury it? Picture yourself at the end of your journey. Imagine sitting down with the younger version of you, the one who was filled with energy, with imagination, with wild ambition. What would you say to them? Would you tell them that you gave everything you had? Would you tell them that you did not waste your time, that you fought for your dreams, that you honored the vision you once carried? Or would you lower your eyes in shame, admitting that fear and doubt controlled you more than passion and courage ever did? The time for hesitation is over. The time for waiting is gone. You have carried the weight of someday for too long. Someday I will change. Someday I will try. Someday I will live the life I imagine. But someday is a lie. Someday is a thief. Someday is the dream killer. There is only one real moment, and it is this one. Right now, you do not need permission to rise. You do not need approval to chase your vision. You do not need to be perfect before you begin. All you need is the decision to step forward, the decision to take ownership, the decision to finally stop delaying the life you were meant to live. Every great story begins with one step. Every champion was once a beginner. Every success story was once filled with doubts, failures, and uncertainty. But they chose to continue. They chose to endure. They chose to demand more of themselves than the world demanded of them. And that is why they reached the life they promised themselves. The path will not be straight. You will fall. You will stumble. You will face storms that feel unbearable. But storms do not last forever. And when they pass, you will stand taller, stronger, more resilient. Every fall will teach you something. Every failure will carve out wisdom. Every setback will prepare you for the moment you break through. Nothing will be wasted if you refuse to quit. You owe it to yourself to rise above mediocrity. You owe it to yourself to stop hiding behind excuses. You owe it to yourself to prove that your promise was real. Because if you do not fight for your dream, who will? If you do not honor your vision, who will? Nobody else can live your life for you. Nobody else can walk your path. Nobody else can fulfill your promise. It is yours alone. When you wake up tomorrow, do not carry yesterday's doubts. Do not replay the same story of failure. Do not tell yourself that you are not ready. Begin with what you have. Begin with where you are. Begin with small steps if you must, but begin. Momentum is born in action, and action creates transformation. Think of how different your life could look 1 year from now if you gave it everything. Think of the habits you could build, the progress you could make, the strength you could develop, the opportunities you could unlock. 1 year of discipline, 1 year of courage, 1 year of relentless action could completely change the direction of your story. And that year starts the moment you decide. The world is waiting for your fire. The world is waiting for your gift. The world is waiting for the impact that only you can make. Do not rob the world by hiding your greatness. Do not rob yourself by living half alive. Stand up. Take your promise back. Declare to yourself and to the universe that you will no longer settle. You will no longer shrink. You will no longer play small. Because this is your time. This is your chance. This is the moment when you finally align with the life you promised yourself. And when you do, when you step fully into that power, when you commit with everything you have, you will discover something incredible. You will realize that the life you promised yourself was not only possible, it was waiting for you all along. So rise with courage, rise with discipline, rise with unshakable determination. Refuse to die with your song still inside you. Refuse to leave this world without giving it everything you have. The life you promised yourself is calling. Answer it, live it, become it.